tuning is very delicate because the strings are low tension, so any difference on temperature affects the tuning. Plus, brand new strings will also have that flexibility. There you go.
I'm here with Moises Borges. Can you just tell me a little bit, can you talk a little bit more about the style of music that you play?
I play on the tradition of Bossa Nova and Samba, which is basically what I use for my concerts. But that does not keep me from playing all the different styles from Brazil. Since I grew up in the northeast of Brazil, there is a myriad of different rhythms with a lot of influences from Africa, from Europe, and also from the indigenous people, the local people. And there were all kind of blends of styles that produced different rhythms.
Eu sei que vou te amar. Por toda a minha vida eu vou te amar.
What are some of the characteristics of your style of music? No, if you don't mind, that would be great.
This type of music is written carefully, right? Because of the complexities that it gets to. And it has a tempo. Its tempo intercalates different parts of the rhythm on itself, making it a little bit of a syncopation. Besides singing these choral tone notes on top of dissonant chords, artists use singing ahead of the rhythm a little bit for a period of a few bars, and then they slow down, waiting for the rhythm to catch up. And that feels like you are stretching the time of the bars. It's a really cool sensation in music. It's very intriguing. And the syncopation of the rhythm itself, and the beautiful lyrics, and the beautiful set of chords, all of that together makes Bossa Nova and Samba really pleasant to hear.
Now, is most of your family still in Brazil, or do you have some family in Cleveland?
Okay.
Yes, I do have family members in Cleveland. I have my son, my aunt, and
I have my brother and his family, my aunt and her family. Matter of fact, they are with the Batuque Brazilian restaurant on Larchmere. And in Brazil, I have a large family. The last time I went there, I met over 40 cousins.
Oh my goodness.
Just on the indigenous tribe part of the family. I am indigenous, African, and European. And growing up in a place where the cultures mix together puts you in a position to observe them separately and how they interact with each other. One day I was visiting the tribe and there was a big storm and there was a lightning, big explosion of lightning. Was pretty close to us. And it was like in the middle of the night, late. And I was awake with one of the indigenous people by my side. We were just like watching what was going on. And then when the lightning struck really close to us, we got so scared. And then he told me, I got a voice that told me to go pick it up. I'll be right back. And I was like, go pick it up? What, are you going to pick up a lightning? Lightning bolt? The guy started running to the jungle looking for the place where the lightning struck. And I was running after him to see him pick up the lightning. And then he came and started digging a hole where it was coming up, all this steam from the lightning.
Oh my goodness.
And he poked a hole, and kept digging for a while. And then he took out of there a piece of clay melted by the lightning. That was a sharp blade that, when the lightning struck, it melted the clay on the ground. And that heat made up a clay blade.
Oh my God.
Made out of high heat. So he picked up that thing really hot, putting leaves on the bottom, and then start sharpening it. So this is gonna be the blade for my spear now, so I can hunt big animals. things happen like that.
I'm like speechless. That's amazing. That's really, really amazing. Can we talk a little bit about well, a couple of things. I want to talk about your the work that you're doing in Cleveland. I want to talk about the it's
The Afro-Brazilian Cultural Appreciation Initiative. It's a project that we show on intercity schools and show usually 5th to 8th graders, kids, and bring a Brazilian workshop in so they have exposure to a little bit of a speech of a keynote speaker.
Sure.
Then we have a drum line practice with them. So they all practice with different instruments. And then we have them practicing capoeira, which is something that they are moving the body. Kids love moving around. So
That's
after beating up drums, they are jumping and doing, how to say that, flipping on the ground. And that's a lot of fun. And then to end that, we bring them Brazilian food.
Do you do this? You just do this all completely by yourself?
I need a nice crew. Usually we work with 22 to 25 people all together. You know, like 5 people on the capoeira and probably 5 people on the band, 5 people on the drum line. And we have the samba dancers and helpers, and if there's people on the food, you know. So we showed it at Iowa Maple Elementary School on East Cleveland.
Okay.
And we got one scheduled to the Citizens Leadership School on Miles Road and near Lee and Miles intersection. That one didn't go through because the COVID stopped us from it.
Yeah. So can you just give me a sense of what, what this has how this has affected you?
Yes, I was out of the country for a while doing visits and workshops, and I came back to the end of February. I almost got stuck in Mumbai because they closed the borders right behind my back. The moment I jumped in an airplane and flight out, they closed it.
Oh my God.
Almost got stuck in India. When I came back, I had a schedule of presentations to do on schools, on theaters, on different cities, on jazz clubs. I had a bunch of gigs to play. I was out of town for a while, and I had this set of, this time all set up to play. And one after the other, everything got canceled.
Oh my God.
The jazz clubs here canceled everything. The festivals that we had scheduled also canceled. And from that on to today, basically everything I have done is online.
Just as maybe a tip for other artists, how did you obtain sponsorship? Were they people that had already, or corporate sponsors that had already? Some
places they sponsor because of the number of views on the lives that I do. And that helps. I mentioned the companies, the products, and they get the feedback from their sales on that.
So, but other than those few sponsored concerts, how are things going in that way for you?
Well, without the concerts, we had to reinvent ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So with that, I've been promoting my CD sales online. So every day I go to the post office and put the CDs that sells, the music sells online. A few companies also, they do private gigs through Zoom. They have the option to open that Zoom meeting that's on their own company's website and have live music for lunchtime. This just 1 hour. Yes, also family. What happens the most is family dinners. They do Zoom calls and I play through Zoom for the dinner time. So they have live music. We talk and interact, and we explain who wrote that song, how was this song written, why did I get that type of inspiration, why did I write this and that thing, and some funny things on songs.
It's almost like people are having a personal concert in their home.
Yes, this is exactly what it is, with the difference that I'm just in a computer screen.
Yeah.
As an artist at these times, if you don't adapt, don't reinvent your way to make money, to support yourself, you're just going to end up falling behind. Maybe you can find block clubs on your neighborhood and reach them out through their Facebook group or so, and make a front yard concert with a
Mhm.
tip jar, ask them to be graceful on their tips, because there was no really base pay on that. The other day I did one here in front of my porch, and I got $356 on tips, and I sold about a few CDs. So you see, just invent it. Keep thinking.
That's incredible. Oh, I wanted you to ask you too, if you wouldn't mind talking just quickly about those ideas that you shared with me.
Yes, the parking lot concerts that I was thinking, I have a drive-in series of concerts. I thought church parking lots, because they're not being used right now,
Yeah.
and have the people watching the concerts from their cars, and we can transmit the music through radio signals so they can listen on the stereos of their own cars. You can come and buy a CD or put money on the tip jar or something. But I thought that idea was good to get the musicians paid. So the main idea on that is promoting opportunities to the musicians that, like sidemen on the band that only plays the trumpet or they only plays the drums. They don't really have gigs by themselves. They cannot go and say, "Hey, I'm gonna play for your dinner time for your family," and do a drum solo for an hour. you know
Right.
it's harder for them, or like a bass player, it's harder for them to reach out for gigs. So I think that idea is one way to have them paid, and helps them to make a living. I was thinking of that with hiring bands that 5 to 13 pieces. So we have musicians that are getting paid, not only that solo artists that already get all the gigs, because if you get somebody that playing a piano and singing, or playing a guitar and singing, or playing an accordion and singing, that guy can get all the gigs too. What we need is focus on the side people, on the sidemans on the band that can get gigs by themselves. The other idea I thought was to do a grand drum line in Cleveland, but that would be something that would need yearly support. My idea is to have the musicians on payroll, the instructor on payroll, have a few instructors every 2 or 3 months coming in from other places. And with that, we can have them showing up for the rehearsals. Many cities already have a good drum line that performs in multicultural events and shows. And it is an impressive sound. It's high energy. It's well elaborated set of beats intercalated with the different drums, the big drums, the little drums, and they all are playing this combining beats. They are very colorful. It's good to be seen and good to be heard.
And it becomes this community kind of event. And you said it's something that's so, that sound is intense and it really draws people to what's going on. And I think that that's a really kind of what we need right now, in a way that we can kind of still keep our distance, but still be drawn to something.
Anyone that sees a drum line like that will have to stop to watch, because besides being a lot of people, it being very colorful, it's very loud, and it sounds good. And if a city like ours, which is a beautiful small big city that has everything we need, all the schools, hospital, and arts, and all the diversity, it means a rich city without a traffic jam. I love Cleveland. I thought that would be a very cool thing for Cleveland to have, and it would be nice to be able to hold onto the musicians that play on it by having a stipend to, usually I do a birthday party every January, which is a cold month. And then I put one Brazilian DJ upstairs, one Latin music, salsa dancing DJ downstairs, and I hire a salsa band, of like a 5-piece salsa band, to play all night, so everybody dances. And if they want to come to the bar, there's this cool Brazilian DJ, Mazi, playing upstairs. And then at one point at the party, the drum line hits. It's only drums for an hour, and nobody stands still. Nobody stands still. 2:30 a.m. the police always comes down. Okay, we gotta go.
I just wanted to say thank you, Moises, so much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to do it. Always. It's good to be here to be able to share and to make sure that our thoughts and ideas are also seen by other people that could get inspired by anything that they see being done and get a spark to get start their own thing.
Io so che ti amerò per tutta la mia vita, ti amerò e in ogni lontananza ti amerò.